This is a 2007 film starring George Clooney. He is a fixer at a law firm where he has to manage and resolve internal problems that arise, but he has to do it in somewhat of a discreet manner. I am joined today with Fahad and Yusuf. This was a movie Fahad selected for Yusuf to watch, and I'm just tagging along. What's up, guys?
Hi, Faraz.
Nice.
What up?
Hey, guys.
So, Fahad, this is the second legal-based movie you've chosen for me. So,
wait, what was the
what's
first
up
one?
with that?
What was the Social Network?
The Social Network.
Wait,
Social Network
does
counts.
it?
There was two lawsuits in that movie. There wasn't even one. There was two going on simultaneously.
Ooh, okay.
The whole
your
movie
point.
is revolved around this lawsuit.
I think I want your critical take on these law movies. Are they being portrayed accurately? Are they getting the things right? So I guess I'm subconsciously aiming for accuracy in these reviews.
Well, this movie I wouldn't say is a movie about the law. It's more about a dude who happens to work at a law firm.
It also touches on some legal proceedings, right?
Moral obligations that you attorneys have, Yusuf.
There's
None.
A variety. We have plenty of moral obligations. The question is whether we live up to those obligations or not. That's what this movie is actually about, right? I mean, let's talk about it. It's a movie about moral ambiguity and all the stress and strain that comes with it.
Mm-hmm. And that moral, the strains of making a good moral decision, it's not laid evenly across the board, right? So you have lawyers in this movie that aren't taking that responsibility to heart. They're more concerned about
Billables.
Getting their hours billed. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the whole concept of having a fixer at a law firm is kind of like here's the guy that's gonna handle all the things that the average attorney doesn't want to handle or doesn't know how to handle or is uncomfortable, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of outsource that to one person and let him bear the brunt of the dilemma there, right?
Right. And he's this guy, the fixer, is operating in somewhat of a gray zone, right? So he could be making good moral choices or bad ones. But it's interesting because the movie doesn't give Michael's character many moral choices to make, right? So I didn't think that there was much meat there.
Well, we'll get into that because I actually have a lot to say about that part right there. Let's get into our scores for the review. Let's start with the writing category. I gave it a 65.
I gave it a 90.
Whoa.
I'm at an 80.
Oh, you guys
so I'm right in
it,
between
huh?
you guys. Yeah, I think I liked it fairly well.
What I didn't like about it, it felt super structured. It didn't flow well. It didn't feel natural. And the writing didn't match the dramatic nature of what we'll talk about later is the aesthetics of the movie.
All right, fair enough.
That's the main thing. So I'd put it a little under average.
Gotcha. Here's why I like the writing style. I liked how it didn't dumb down the conversation. It almost felt like you were being dropped mid-conversation. It forced you to know the context of what the people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I appreciated that. And then it was just smartly written,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but that's what I think is made it feel unnatural to me.
Unnatural. I like the dryness of it.
Okay.
I'll say that. I didn't you're talking about the lines weren't spoken with enough dramaticism. Is that what you're getting at?
No. So I didn't like that. It was. I mean, I'll just talk about. I didn't like the aesthetics that much either of the movie. So the over dramatized nature of the aesthetics with this writing was just a bad combination.
Okay.
I think I agree with some of the points that both of you are making. There's something very, I'm going to keep saying this throughout this podcast probably, there's something very tropey about the way that George Clooney plays this high billing attorney who handles all the worst possible, pieces of the firm's work. It's there's a million movies like that, man. And so to some degree, him walking in the room being like, let me tell you what's what. You effed up and there's no way around it, and I'm not the man you think I am.
Yeah, you're talking about the scene where he gets to see the guy who got in a car accident, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, without getting into the scene itself, I don't want to talk too much about it yet. But yeah, there's and that's not the only one, but that's definitely one that sticks out at the moment. And there's something about, maybe it's the age of this movie also. That was a role that George Clooney kind of played to perfection, and he played it in a lot of movies. And so maybe that's part of what's playing into me. But I did think there was something a little bit generic about some of this.
Yeah, I get your point. In the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of these Grisham movies being made. They all focused on either law, crime, and other stuff, right? And there were all these thrillers, and they all shared the same themes and plots, I guess. And so maybe it's been overdone. And I agree with you there. It's been overdone. But there were things that unique to this movie, which I appreciated.